And that was the official reception by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi for visiting Oman Sultan Haytham bin Tariq Al Said at Cairo Airport, as well as an Al Ittihadiyya presidential palace, where the president had an official reception for the visiting Sultan. The Omani Sultan arrived in Egypt on a two-day official visit, his first to Egypt since he assumed power in January 2020. The historic visit emphasizes the important ties binding the two Arab countries and their nations. Upon Sultan Haytham's arrival at Al Ittihadiyya Presidential Palace, President Sisi paid the visiting Omani head of state an official reception ceremony. Presidential spokesman Councillor Ahmed Fahmy said the summit meeting will probe boosting distinguished bilateral ties between Egypt and Oman. The talks also will include consultation over regional and international issues of mutual concern. To shed light about this important visit by the Sultan of Oman, Sultan of Oman Haytham bin Tariq, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Yomn Hamaky, the Professor of Economics at Shams University. Dr. Yomn, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Dr. Yomn, how do you see the importance of such a visit by Sultan Haytham bin Tariq to Egypt, the first since he assumed office?
Actually, this is very important visit. Sultan Haytham is welcomed in his country, Egypt, and yes. I believe that we need to enhance our relations since nowadays what we can see taking into consideration challenges confronting the Arab countries, and it needs more cooperation and harmonization of efforts. And we have been, actually on the light of Arab League, Arab League conference that has shed the light on the importance of coordination among Arab nations. Despite that, our relation with Oman is significantly low compared to the potentialities of enhancing our trade and investment relation. And actually, this is the core goal of such visit. We need to enhance our relation with Oman. There is very high potentialities to enhance trade and enhance investment. Intra-investment can be regarded as very important nowadays in order, to enhance our relations, because what we can talk about confronting the challenges of the world economy regarding the value chain and how it's becoming quite critical and important to contemplate value chain on a regional basis. And our relation with Oman can be regarded as very important. We have an ambitious program with Gulf countries regarding how to enhance industrialization, taking into consideration, how to contemplate value chain so we can have investment in petrochemicals, and to how extent we can, take petrochemicals from Oman and then increase in Egypt the potentialities of chemical products and other products that may be necessary as raw materials for the industrial sector. So moving towards industrialization and intra-investment between the two countries and among Arab economies is considering to be very important nowadays to address, challenges confronting world economy.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Yomn, also we have to mention here that Sultanate Oman is a very important trade partner to Egypt. The Egyptian Central Agency for Public Mobilization and Statistics, CAPMA, said that the volume of trade exchange between Egypt and Oman hit $1.1 billion in 2022 compared to $650.8 million in 2021, with an increase of 64.6%. How do you see this?
I can say that it is a positive, remark regarding increasing our trade relation, as a percentage 64, but still, the 64%, if you refer to the size of trade, it's still minimal compared to the potentialities of enhancing such trade. And I believe that it needs more efforts to be exerted by our, responsible in Minister of Trade in order to enhance trade since on a regional basis, as I mentioned, it's quite important. And we need to take into consideration that investment is, triggering trade, which means that if we succeed to enhance intra-investment, this will be reflected on more trade between the two countries. I believe that nowadays, investors in both sides should, study and as you know, we had a very important, decisions that have been taken regarding encouraging investment in Egypt lately. And I believe that investors from Oman can benefit from all these potentialities of enhancing investment in Egypt, so that this can be regarded as mitigating risks coming from the challenges confronting the world economy nowadays.
Yes. Doctor, how we can attract more Omani investments to Egypt? What incentives we could give here? What future here of investment you can see for the Omani in Egypt?
Yes, actually we need to exert more effort, as I mentioned, which means that number one, efforts should be directed towards how to promote the opportunities of investment in Egypt. Since I believe that still we are not promoting the opportunities of investment quite well. We need more efforts to be done in this matter. I believe too that we need to deliver services regarding how investors can come, the facilities of investment, and how we can facilitate the more we have to enhance the services provided for Omani investors to come and to find opportunities. We have a lot of opportunities in tourism. We have to enhance our relations regarding tourism. Maybe we can, taking into consideration that Oman nowadays tries to attract tourism, we can have, mutual plans towards having tourism coming to Oman and then to Egypt. A lot of ideas can be, implemented so that we can enhance such economic relations. From my point of view, it needs more harmonization and coordination between investors in the two countries, and this needs availability of information and services by the institutions responsible for that.
Yes. Also, Dr. Yomn, Egypt export to Oman did rise by 23.7% to reach $202.1 million in 2022 compared to $163.3 million in 2021. What's your take on that, and what more should be done also to increase our export to Oman?
Actually, again, we need to study the Omani market. We need to elaborate more for our investors about the needs of the market. We need to facilitate, exhibition in the Omani market so that we can open opportunities for our investors to export. A lot of, activities that are required so that we can penetrate the Omani market. And from, what we can follow, we can see nowadays that we are exerting more efforts towards enhancing all these activities for a better economic relation, hopefully for the future, inshallah.
Yes. Doctor, what are the obstacles here that still are hindering more economic cooperation between both nations? And do we expect here to witness signing of some memoranda of understanding between both countries during this important visit by Sultan Haytham?
You know, we need to diffuse information, as I mentioned. We
Yes.
need to exchange, visits to discuss the challenges confronting trade and investment, to be quite transparent regarding addressing such challenges. I believe all this can make a difference regarding our relations.
Also, there are many Egyptians working in Oman. According to CapMass, the remittances of the Egyptian working in Oman amounted to $162 million during the fiscal year 2020-2021 compared to 160 in the fiscal year 2019-2020. So do you see more rapprochement, more cooperation here on the economic domains between Egypt and Oman? And we expect more also to take place.
Actually, this is, Oman is not a country, a very strong country regarding workers' remittance. Compared to Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates, the figure is quite minimal. But what we need to, invest on the Egyptians working there, how we can, invest our relations with them so that to, enhance trade and investment. So maybe this can do a better role regarding enhancing our economic relations.
Indeed. Finally, Dr. Yomn, what's your expectations here on the economic and investment domains from this visit by Sultan Haytham bin Tariq to Egypt, the first for him since he assumed power?
I expect that, the two sides are going to discuss what are the challenges, and how we can enhance our relation, because it's of mutual benefit between the two countries. What are the steps that should be taken in order to address such challenges? And we need actually to monitor and evaluate the steps and decisions that have been taken so that we can expect the results, inshallah, for the future.
God's will. Dr. Yomn Hamaky, Professor of Economics, thank you so much for your precious input. Always a pleasure, Dr. Yomn. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi received on Sunday Oman Sultan Haytham bin Tariq Al Said at Cairo Airport. The Omani Sultan arrived in Egypt on a two-day official visit in his first visit to Egypt since he assumed power in January 2020. The historic visit is emphasizing the important ties binding the two nations and their people. Upon Sultan Haytham's arrival at Al Ittihadiyya Presidential Palace, President al-Sisi paid the visiting Omani Sultan an official reception ceremony. Our dear viewer, that was our special coverage for this very important visit by Sultan Haytham bin Tariq. Will be also back in a few moments with the top stories. I'm Hamaky signing off for now.